Hey everybody, it's me, your host, Calvin of the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide. I thank y'all for watching me. Hey, I know this is the time to watch. During this month of April, this month of May, June, July, August, September, October, and November, the Logan Power Show is getting involved. We're getting involved in the mayor's race right now for North Charleston, South Carolina for 2023. We're going to be live giving interviews for all of the candidates that's going to be there. So we implore you to keep watching the Logan Power Show. Keep it locked. Hey, we love y'all.
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.
And now the host, Calvin Logan.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan. I thank you all for watching me at this very beautiful day here. I see behind me, I'm having a good time on my vacation, but I'm always working to making sure that you always informed of what things are going on throughout our community, out the nation, and across the globe. So now, 2023 is a very pivotal year. I don't know about you, but I live in North Charleston, South Carolina. North Charleston, South Carolina is #1 when it comes to revenue growth in the state of South Carolina. And we have something historically going on right now. It'd be the first time in over 30 years that the incumbent has said he is not running for mayor of North Charleston, South Carolina. So we have a lot of people in the actual bowl of life that said they want to run. I got with me a man who is a community activist. First of all, he's a man of God. He's a husband. He's a community activist. He is a teacher as well. And he wants to put his name on the ticket. People know him by the man who does not forget about anybody else. He's always looking out for his brother, our very own Mr. Jesse Williams. Let's go, Mr. Williams.
Hey, how you doing, Calvin? And happy Easter Monday to you. So glad to see you on vacation because we all need that rest.
Oh, yeah. We all need that rest.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, is taking a little bit of rest over the weekend and, kind of coming together. So I'm glad I'm able to join you on this Monday. And then I'll get going, next week and the week after. So.
Yes, sir. Just big question to ask. I mean, you are a community activist. You are in the educational sector. This is new. You said you want to become mayor of North Charleston, South Carolina. The big question that people always want to ask is, why do you want to do so, knowing that you've been a community activist, you're involved with children, and now you want to get yourself into the political arena? What led you to go through this route?
Absolutely, Calvin. And thanks for the question. I noticed that there was a lot of need in North Charleston. Over the years, a lot of people know that I've done the nonprofit Take It to the Streets. And that was founded in 2007. And so I wanted to kind of take my time and I sacrificed a lot of time and efforts to help the community. And one goal that we set some years back was to work towards seeing some transformation, uniting the community, bringing people together, but also see transformation in North Charleston and see changes. So that got me involved with education, because I knew that in the area, and we did basketball and all that in the Wayland area, in different neighborhoods. We've done different events in different neighborhoods, including the old Navy base at the Riverfront Park. But as we were doing different events, we started to see that there was a lot of need that our public officials could help with. For instance, in the Wayland, we saw that there was a lot of need as far as drainage problems and different issues like that. Also, we needed a stronger vision for the neighborhoods, just to strengthen the neighborhoods and just bringing people together. That was a big need. So what we did was we empowered the neighborhood association in that neighborhood, and then we went to Russelldale. We saw that there was some needs there. We started to see the issue with 526 coming about, and you know about that. So large, impactful things that are coming up in North Charleston that's impacting lives and children and elderly and senior citizens. And there was a lot of these needs that wasn't being met over the years. So that's why I wanted to, I actually ran for city council in 2015, 2019, ran for county council in 2020, made it to the runoff. And then now I'm currently on the Board of Zoning Appeals at Charleston County. So I'm seeing a lot of those zoning issues there.
That's definitely commendable of you. You're always into helping. And for those that know, Take It to the Streets, it is a nonprofit organization designed to help people that have been less fortunate. They're mostly focused on families, also for kids who are going through. They have over the summer called the Waylands, like 3-on-3 basketball tournament, where they bring kids from all around the area that want to play 3-on-3 basketball, street court, where kids can enjoy themselves, feel safe, and to be able to embrace this particular having fun over the summer.
Yeah, and just to have some activities to do. We look at the just a lot of people want some things for their kids to do, so that's what we decided to start doing the basketball. And we know that not everybody can afford to pay a lot of money to do summer sports that are in the North Charleston area. So that's why it's good to have these activities like that, bring communities together, and so just seeing a lot of those needs. And as we went along in different communities, we saw that the local officials, there was a lot that they weren't addressing. For instance, I was able to help an organization called LAMPC, Low Country Alliance for Model Communities, because they saw that I was somebody that was active in the community. And I also had a business background. So LAMPC asked me to join their board in 2015. And there was $3.5 million that was for mitigation dollars that they had been working on during that time for the southern part of North Charleston. And so seeing those needs, I was able to help them to free up the money from and put it into the hands of the community. So there was just a lot of need that we saw, and it was just a vacuum. It was just like these city councilmen and mayor and county councilmen. I just wanted to be a part of the solution and not always just kind of watch. You know how when you look on the news, you see all the bad stuff. And just like, what can I do? So that was just me. That was just my heart to just be a part of the solution, And so that's what led me to one thing to the next, and put my hat in the ring here. And one thing about me is I'm always out in the community. I'm always willing to listen. So thank you for having me on.
Since you've been listening to the community, since you have an ear for the streets, if given the opportunity to become mayor, is there like an initiative, like you say, in the first in my particular 4 years, because we know that you can't change nothing in a day. It may happen in a month, it may not happen in 6 months, it may take a year depending on what initiatives you have in mind, or any particular initiatives that you have that you want to see accomplished, since you've had ears to the street of what you want to see done if given the opportunity of mayor of North Charleston.
Oh, absolutely. From day number one into the first year, what I would like to see are job opportunities increased, and also educational opportunities increased, because that's going to help us. That's going to help everybody to see more job opportunities and see more educational opportunities, because not everybody's going to go to college. So I would like to set up a strong liaison at the mayor's office. It would be under the mayor's office, the executive office, and I want to see a strong jobs liaison initiatives to actually connect people to those jobs that is available in North Charleston, like at Boeing, and jobs at the Port Authority. As we see, there's a lot of expansion at the port. So from day one, I want to see a strengthened ombudsman's office, make it a stronger office, because like I said before, there are a lot of needs in North Charleston that many people will have, diverse needs, needs from every part of the community, from somebody wanting to know where their son can get an internship at, all the way to somebody who's homeless in North Charleston. all the way to somebody who wants their child to have a good opportunity to learn trades or learn technology. So just having that at the city hall will make it easier for people to believe in themselves and know that they have a partner at City Hall. So, like I said, from day one, I want to see a strong ombudsman's office, and I want to see more jobs initiatives at the mayor's office within year one.
That's very interesting because North Charleston has a couple things. We have Boeing. We have the Charleston Air Force Base. We do have, for instance, it's sort of connected to us. We have the connections when it comes to the Mercedes as well. Volvo's a little bit further out. So I would say Jedburgh, but they got a partnerships we can say like, hey, how we can work with them. You have the Walmart distribution center, 3 million square feet. I know they're looking for people constantly. Now there is a big divide. We talk about, for instance, we have the current chief Reggie Burris. He's retiring May the 1st. He is done. He's retired, and his name's in the race. So finding a new police chief for North Charleston is very huge. Since you have ears to the street, is there anybody in particular that you say that there's an officer in general that you can say, oh, I have in mind, I was mayor, that's the person that I believe that can take the baton and take North Charleston other than law enforcement, in your opinion?
Absolutely. What I would want to do actually is just like any other process. I want to first of all meet with the groups who are active in North Charleston. You have all these different groups who are wanting to help reduce crime and gun violence and all that in North Charleston. I'm going to have some listening sessions with the groups and then speak to all of those assistant chiefs in North Charleston and give them a chance. If they're there at the city hall, I want to see where their heart is and what their vision is for the community. So from day one, I would want to, first of all, listen to the residents and listen to those individuals who have been putting in the work every single day. Like my friend Dalamichi Singleton, I spoke to him before. He's over there in the community every day helping the kids at MUSC. So people like that, even Stunner down on the southern end, listen to him, Pastor Thomas Dixon. I want to hear what everybody has to say about the different staff members they've been interacting with as well, and give everybody a chance. I don't want to be somebody that comes in and says, oh, this is my favorite, that's my favorite. I want to meet with everybody first.
Man, it's a smart move. Definitely don't want to walk into something with favoritism. You want to make sure everyone has an opportunity. Very smart move there. Asking the community, their input. So that's giving you, some insight. Wisdom's always good when you not always the smartest person in the room, but you learn how to get everyone's actual take on how they feel about it.
I know we have several assistant police chiefs right now, and several of them, including Cordray and several others. And so, like I said, I'd want to hear their heart and hear the community and where they're at. And there may be somebody that comes into the horizon from another city,
Sure.
It's just like the search they're doing at CCSD for the superintendent. They're doing a fair search, looking around. It's the same thing with the chief. I want to make sure we get somebody good.
You definitely want to do so. There is a lot of things going on in North Charleston. There is a huge divide when it comes to taxes. That line that's sort of like, it's the weirdest line I've ever seen in my life when it comes to like voting registration line, the line that sort of divides when it comes to taxes. And when a resident has to call 911, and it may not be North Charleston coming to the rescue, it may be the sheriff's department coming to the rescue. There is a big thing when it comes to violent crime. North Charleston is still high. We have not lowered the numbers in regards to, we've reduced it some in these years. It has gone down over the years. You've seen tremendous change, but there is still a huge gap when it comes to a prison, a pipeline system, when it comes to our youth. Nothing I'm not just speaking off the dome, I'm speaking facts that people do see. Our youth are going to jail especially in the North Charleston area, at a high risk rate, with no sense of accountability, or we don't know what's really going down, get to the root of things.
That's right.
Since your heart is the youth, since your heart has really been towards our young people, as if given the chance of mayor, how will you be able to reach the young people that are sort of disenfranchised in comparison? I'm talking about our African Americans and our Hispanics who are really disenfranchised compared to the Caucasians. What are some things that you would say you want to see different if you were given the opportunities, man?
Well, Mr. Logan, I'm not one that's going to sugarcoat what's going on, just like you. I'm not going to sit here and say everything is roses and it's good for our citizens every day, because I'm aware of the Cajun study, and they had an organization at City Hall come in. They spent a lot of money to have a study done in North Charleston, and there were multiple dozens and dozens of possible things that they had suggested in North Charleston, and they haven't even addressed a lot of those issues. The North Charleston hasn't addressed those issues, like, what are the numbers for discrimination and how we're dealing with that, and why are certain people getting pulled over and not others, and so I believe that we need to make sure that we address those audit issues, and also I believe that we need to have a citizens advisory board with some power that can that is a civilian review board that are from the community, that can then give advisement and also have a little bit of power to kind of work with the police department, and that way we have more voices involved. So as far as the youth are concerned, I would want to make sure that we have a holistic approach, help the youth get jobs and opportunities, but also work on the side of the police department, have more neighborhood resource officers in the neighborhoods so that they can understand and increase those numbers. Because I remember there was a time when they had a neighborhood resource officer in every single neighborhood at one point in North Charleston. I think they should get back to that, so that we can understand the community better and get more closer to like community policing. But understand that we need to work with the community, and working with the community doesn't mean that we pretend like everything is just fine and dandy, because it's not, and we know that. We know it's still not okay, So we need to really address those issues that we have, and that starts with truth telling, I guess you could say.
Absolutely, truth telling is something huge. Final thought. You're a man of faith. You are a believer. And a lot of times your faith, your character, your moral values that God has given you, something that you cannot compromise. We hear a lot of times that people say, when they get in, will they not compromise and lose their witness? Is there something in particular, some scripture that you're standing upon, or what is it that's going to keep you from not falling into some of the same traps that we see a lot of politicians do get involved in? They come in one way, and then when they come in, they go totally in a different direction based off either political agenda, money, or power. So what are some things that sort of like you're working on to ground yourself spiritually so you won't fall into those traps?
Well, I believe that everybody should have accountability, great, strong accountability. And I believe that any man that you see that don't have accountability, that there can be a problem there. So I keep accountability with me. I have a pastor that I speak to regularly, and friends and family. And not only that, but listen to the community. I know a lot of people in the community, and I'll talk to them. The people that has been with a friend of mine for many years, and along the way, I've been able to connect with new people who has good, different perspectives. So I believe wise counsel is important, and you should always have wise counsel. So that's one way. I am one that stand on your morals, and I believe that if you are sitting at the table and you're on a board or on a council, city council, if whether you're the mayor or the city councilman, you should be able to stand up on your own and vote against something or for something based on your convictions. If you have to stand alone, you should be able to do that. And that's the difference between myself and a lot of people. I believe, and I've done this on the Board of Zoning Appeals, I've been the lone dissenter for somebody, for some kind of development that's wanted to come about, and all the other 8 board members voted for this, and I was the only one to vote against it. So I believe you should be able to stand alone and stand on your convictions. And that's based on your past and your background and what you've done and the track record that you've got. And that's what I believe. You should be able to stand alone on your convictions if it's just you standing up on your own, and be okay with that.
Amen. Stand up on your convictions. For those that are watching right now, get ready, because the Logan Power Show will be in the building during these debates. We are getting involved, just figuring out, we're interviewing all candidates. We have no bias here. We know a lot of people in the pot. So we want you all to, take everything you've been given, every information. I want you to listen, to learn, to understand that these people are serious, and these people hold a lot of weight if given the opportunity. So we're asking for those that are watching, let's keep the change going. Let's keep God in the mix. And ladies and gentlemen, in the month of November 2023, North Charleston, South Carolina will change. So we pray the best. That's all that time I got. My name is Calvin Logan, Power Show nationwide, worldwide. We love you. See you soon.
And thank you so much, Logan. And looking forward to everything coming up in November 7th.
Yes, sir. God bless you now.
All right.
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.